Yo, what's up everyone, it's Professor Niz and welcome back to Pokemon Unite Academy. The Halloween patch notes are out and I want to go through these real fast with you guys because I think these notes have huge implications for the game and I'm so excited to play ranked. So let's get right into it. Obviously Zoroark is out. I tried him out in practice mode. He's pretty fun. He is slightly different from the beta test. So I think a lot of people are going to have struggles using his moves because they kind of changed his moves a little bit. I have a separate video on that later. But let's get into the Pokemon changes. Mr. Mime Confusion got his damage reduced. I've been popping up on mine lately, so I'm kind of upset about this, but it's understandable. No support should be able to drop 80k damage, 70k damage. So this is nice, bring him back down to where the other support characters are. He's still gonna be good, you know, like as long as he exists, he'll be good. Power guard swap and his Unite move alone make him worth playing, but just now he gets a little less damage. So I gotta test this out. I haven't seen how much weaker it is, but hey, it is what it is. Oh, and this is my favorite one right here. This is my favorite one right here. Gengar has been nerfed. Finally, I've been dying for Gengar to be nerfed. He is the one character in the game that literally ruined the experience for everyone. Like, he was just so cringe to fight against. I don't get how Gengar players use him and pretend or like think like he's like fair or it's like an honorable way of playing. Like he's just busted. They significantly nerfed his special attack and I think a few other stats. They just don't list everything here on the Unite patch notes, but when Unite DB unlocks its patch notes breakdown, we'll see exactly what stats change. But from the leaks, it looks like it was more than just special attack. Shadow Ball has his range decreased. Dream Eater has range decreased. I did go into practice and try that out, and it did not feel like the range was reduced. So I'm not sure what's going on with that. I don't know if that's actually been implemented because Dream Eater range visually looks the same. And maybe a Gengar player will let me know. Hex I didn't actually try out, but maybe it's bugged right now and they'll fix it, but it says its range has been decreased. I'm gonna believe it. I just don't, when I tried it out, it didn't feel like it was less, but we'll see. In any case, his special attack nerf was huge because he just did too much damage on top of everything else, alright? So let's just keep going. I'm glad he got a nerf. That's the one I was hoping on. Serena Trap Kick got its effects reduced and his Unite move got a bug fix. I'm not really sure what the bug fix is about, but Serena getting brought into line more is always good. Serena's always been strong no matter what they do to the character, so I'm happy with that. Absol got an attack decrease, which I'm happy about. Absol is very strong early game, and Sucker Punch getting its effect decrease is good, so bring Absol down. I feel like speedsters just ruined the game. I don't know, if you watch my streams you'll know I hate speedsters. I just feel like they have an inherent advantage being that they do more damage, they're faster, and this game is so short and snowbally. Speedsters just have an advantage because if they just get a lot of kills early game, they inevitably will be stronger than everyone and they do more damage. So it's like there's just too much perks to the speedster row. But they're bringing in Absol, they nerfed Gengar, so I'm happy with that. Age Slash got a nerf, which is huge. Shadow Sneak damage got decreased. Shadow Sneak early game was way too annoying and way too strong, and they increased the level he learned it to from 1 to 3. So I'm interested to see that. So it looks like he's gonna start with the other move first, or maybe start with no moves and then he doesn't get his first move until 3 is looking like. So that's interesting. I don't know if there's any other Pokemon that does that, because it says move learn change to 3 for Iron Defense and Shadow Sneak, which are both of his beginner moves. So it looks like he's just gonna start out with nothing until level 3. Well, so we'll see. I didn't use him before like that, so I'm not too sure what it was like before, but we'll see. That sounds like a weird change. I don't really understand it. Sacred Sword effects weaken, which are good. Sacred Sword's really strong. I don't know. It just has one of those weird Pokemon where like when people are good with him, like he's really good, and when people are bad with him, like he's not even noticeable. So it's interesting to see that. Mew got a nerf, which is unfortunate. I've been popping off on Mew. If you watch my streams, you know it. And this is respectable. Everyone hates Solar Beam. I just think they should have changed the level Mew gets Solar Beam, because you still have to aim it. I feel like nerfing it is kind of excessive, like damage wise, because you still have to aim it. But the animation and the level Mew can learn Solar Beam were the bigger issues in my opinion. But hey, bringing the damage down helps, I guess. But if you don't land your Solar Beams, it just doesn't matter. So like now, the people who play Mew are gonna be people who were already good with Mew. Anyone who's just using it before, you really can't use it now, because if you're missing Solar Beams, it's GG's. Surf got a damage decrease. Surf is way too strong, I agree with that. Agility speed buff was decreased, and Unite move damage decreased. So hey, I'm not too happy with this, being that I did main Mew for a while. I feel like Mew rewarded people who knew what they were doing, which is why I thought it was fine. But its damage was very high, so I could see that. I could see that being an issue. But, you know, most attackers do a lot of damage, so I don't know. We gotta test this and see if it's even noticeable. But, you know, it kind of sucks in my opinion. Trevenant Woodhammer buff, which is nice. I guess Woodhammer is another option if you don't want to run the curse, I think it is, or the tree push. I forgot the name of it. Horn Leech, I think it's called. So I guess you got a different option now if you want to be more aggro, more TPS, which is cool. Venusaur gets a stat buff. I feel like they need to do this for a few more Pokemon. I'm glad that they did it with Venusaur first, but Blastoise also needs this. A lot of the old Pokemon in the game need generic stat buffs because they just did not age well with the rest of the cast. And Venusaur is one of them. So effects of Sludge Bomb has been buffed. Pell Dance damage has been buffed. Unite move charge rate has been buffed. This is huge. I just hope that they didn't make Venusaur broken, because Venusaur is known for being OP with too many changes. So I gotta test this out. I haven't actually tried this yet. I want to test this out, see what Venusaur is playing like. But this is huge. I'm happy with this. Pedal Dam and Sludge Bomb will shake up the meta. And this is now making another attacker viable, because we end up playing the same attackers all the time. So that's huge. Hoopa Hyperspace cooldown reduce, Trick reduce, and strength effects increase. That's nice. I think Hoopa kind of fell out of the meta as mine got better. But this should be huge. You know, I guess they're preparing for sableye coming to the game, so they want all the support Pokemon on the same page, really. And I think they're doing that. They brought not mine down. They're bringing Hoopa up, and L got a buff as well. So we'll see. Try attack, health decrease. Try attack plus health decrease. Drill Peck cooldown reduce. Jump kick cooldown reduce. Effects on the user's strength and Dodrio quick attack. Okay, so I prefer Drill Peck. I did not get much value out of Try Attack. I know it's good. A lot of people were popping off with it, but I just didn't like it. So cooldown reduction on Drill Peck will make me revisit Dodrio. It doesn't look like they nerfed him too hard, which is good. I don't want him to be trash, but I do think his stats need a rework. I don't know. I feel like he's way too free. He could just dive, do a bunch of damage, and leave. But we'll see. With Try Attack nerf, with Try Attack being nerfed, we'll see if he's still as dangerous as he was before. Elgo's boosted attack. So this is huge. Elgo was the first Pokemon I ever used on this game. So boosted attack affects strengthening, Pollen Puff heal, increase, cooldown reduction on Cotton Guard, which is huge. And the shield effect is strengthened. And Unite move charge rate increase. Holy, so this is crazy. So Unite moves from L about to be flying left and right. And this is nice. L is one of those Pokemon that just felt archaic, like ancient, like it didn't age well with the game. So now that you can Unite move way more often, you could Cotton Guard more often, it does more. I'm hyped to play L again, so this is huge. I think we needed this buff because L just became irrelevant with all the new support Pokemon. And I'm excited to see what the actual cooldown on Cotton Cloud is now, because if it's as fast as like Pikachu, that'd be insane. It depends, because before I think it had like the highest cooldown rate, which is nuts to even put that in the game. But that's just how they made supports back then, you know. So now they're catching up to the times. Rock Tomb on Crustle got a buff. I never really used Crustle much, but this is huge though. I like seeing more variety. So hopefully more Crustle games and less Greedent games, because holy, I hate Greedent with a passion. Oh, this is huge. Garchomp has been buffed, attack increase. I'm pretty sure other stats were changed too, but they just listing attack here, but we'll see. But it might just be attack because they listed everything Venusaur. Dragon Claw damage increase, effects increase, damage decrease for both. So this might not be enough, but this is a step in the right direction. I think Garchomp is the weird spot where like his early game is not bad at all, and you know his moves aren't bad at all. Very high mobility character, and he can move a bunch of people, but he dies so quickly. It just made him kind of irrelevant. So I think even higher damage is kind of making him like not a tanky version of T-Tar, but a higher damaging version of T-Tar. So the reason why T-Tar is so good is because he's tanky. But in the same breath, if Garchomp was even more damage, did even more damage, he might be able to make up for the tankiness. So we'll see. I'm excited to try him out. I like Garchomp. You know, I call him Chain Chomp. I'm a huge fan. I just feel like he should do true damage, which is my pick, my suggestion. Tyranitar does true damage, and I get that he's a pseudo legendary. He's a dark type, so it kind of fits his aesthetic. But I think Garchomp could get away with true damage, being that he's a dragon Pokemon. He's a pseudo legendary, so I feel like him getting true damage, them being the only two Pokemon with true damage, would make the game better. And I think T-Tar's damage could be brought down since he's the tanky version, and Garchomp damage should go up, and since he's the squishy version. So it's like, I just hate that Tyranitar has no counter currently. Like, there's literally no counter to Tyranitar, like, at all. I don't care what anyone says. Endgame T-Tar at level 15 with a good team is just GG's. If you don't have a T-Tar, it's GG's, because while everyone else is hitting shields, he's hitting your health, and that just immediately just makes him better than everybody else. But he takes a long time to get to full power, so his trade-off is that he has to level up. But true damage being on one Pokemon only, I think is unfair. And there needs to be another Pokemon that does true damage. And I'm sure they'll probably add someone in the future, because I hope it's not a gimmick unique to T-Tar alone. So I think Garchomp should be patched to have it. Like, they should make Garchomp have true damage. That would make him the only Pokemon that could compete with T-Tar. And although he's not as tanky, his playstyle would be different in the sense that, like, he can run around the map faster and 1v1 people, melt targets, and just leave, you know? High mobility. So we'll see. But I want to try this out. Hopefully it's good. We got a Draining Kiss cooldown reduction, which is nice. Follow Me cooldown reduction and strength increase. I think Follow Me wasn't even that bad. A lot of people just went with Gravity just off of, you know, hype on the internet. But I don't think Follow Me was bad at all. I think the cooldown was a bit too long though, so this is nice. But Follow Me is really strong. It forces the opponent to basic attack, which literally just kills a lot of Pokemon mid-combat. You just enter with Follow Me, you hit an AoE on a few of them, and you literally just force them to play it differently for like 2 seconds. And it forces them to re-strategize. See, Gravity was good. It's really good still, but it's like a lot of people are just avoiding the Gravity. Like, you just wouldn't push the clefable. So it just sits there and they can't really use it. But Follow Me, clefable could really dive in and get that value. And Draining Kiss got a cooldown reduction, which I think is huge, because Draining Kiss does a lot of damage, but it takes too long to reuse it. So that's nice. But the biggest change here is that Wonder Wish will do more damage, which is huge, because I thought Wonder Wish was just way too weak. So it was a bug apparently that affected Wonder Wish's damage, and fixed an effect that caused extra effects on Wonder Wish. So this is huge. I'm glad they're fixing that. I'm excited to play and try that out. Greninja Water Shuriken got a damage buff, which I don't know why. I've seen Greninja Water Shuriken players do fine. I don't know why they made him even stronger. But I guess Surf was still incredibly better. But Surf would inherently always be better just because of resets. So it's like, I don't know. I guess they want multiple playstyles in Greninja. And Double Team got a damage increase, which I don't know why they did that. So like, Water Shuriken Greninja is about to go crazy, because it already did a lot of damage. So like, this is about to be nuts. But okay, I guess they want Greninja back in the meta. They just released a new skin for him, so this is what they do. You know, they release expensive skins and then they buff characters. So Greninja got a new cosplay skin for Halloween. It's like $20, I think, and now they buffed them. So now everybody's gonna want to play Greninja. Everyone's gonna want the new skin. That's how they make money. I understand. It's a business at the end of the day. But I hope they just buff more Pokemon. That's all I'm really asking for. I'm happy with the Gengar nerf. So that's like my biggest W out of this. Slowbro got a bug fix and Charizard got a bug fix on the Unite moves. I don't know what this was, Pokemon Bound. This might have been Hoopa's Unbound form, but I don't get it, but sure. Hopefully Charizard's better. I love Charizard, so hopefully it's just better. Maybe I'll try him out and see if I notice it. But big W's, man. It looks like they're finally paying attention to the issues with this game, which is that old Pokemon get left in the dust while new Pokemon just continue to get more and more advanced. They add new effects, true damage. You know, they make balanced Pokemon more tanky and high damage Pokemon. So it's nice that they're saying, oh crap, we gotta go back and fix the old guys. So yeah, that's the patch notes. I will be making plenty of content for the patch notes. Zoroark, I might end up just buying Zoroark because I want to try him out. And yeah, so you guys get some gameplay of them. So let me know in the comments what you think of the patch notes. What older Pokemon from like launch of Unite that you want to see get fixed, or even not just older Pokemon. What Pokemon you think needs to be buffed now after this? I think Gardevoir still needs to fix. I think Gardevoir takes too long to level up. Or maybe Gardevoir should be shifted to an all-arounder and do more damage and get her moves fixed, or reduce her leveling down to where Cinderace is and just make her the special attack version of Cinderace and increase her effectiveness with her moves. I feel like Gardevoir's moves kind of suck. They do a lot of damage, but they suck because they lock you out of actions for too long. Side Shock, you can't do anything, and then the mind attack, I forgot the name of it, is like some like prediction move, force future sight, I think. It takes too long to pop up and do damage. So I don't know, I feel like Gardevoir needs to be fixed still, and I think Greedent needs a nerf still. Glad Gengar got nerfed. What else? There's a few more mods I think need a little fixing. But anyway, let me know in the comments what you think. What Pokemon needs to be fixed still, and what you think of the patch notes. Don't forget to like and subscribe, and I'll catch you in the next one. Izzy out.